Chapter 27. The next morning, Mom bounds into my room holding a newspaper. "Good morning, my rock star," she greets me. Guess what? Rock star? She's tripping. I turn to look at her. My face says, "What?" "You're famous." Huh? She gets me out of bed, straps me in my chair, unplugs the MetaTalker from the charger, and hooks me up. Then she places the morning paper on top of it. There I sat, plastered on the front page of the newspaper in color. "Wow," I type. "The article is all about the team winning the competition, but yours is the only picture they used. Interesting. Why me?" Mom smiles quickly. "Because you're unique and wonderful and lots more interesting than ordinary fifth graders, I guess," she says. "The whole article seems to be focused on you." "Ugh, teen kids won't like that," I type. "I'm sure they'll be happy for you." "No, they won't. Here, listen to this." She reads me the article. "Spalding Street Elementary's talented academic team of 5th and 6th graders won the local Whiz Kids competition last night with a score of 86 to 85. With stunning skill and knowledge, they answered questions far above their grade level to defeat 7 other teams." "Makes us sound smart," I type. "And so you are," Mom replies. Those math questions made me sweat. I get clammy under the arms just thinking about them. Mom continues. "Oh, here's the part about you. Listen to this. One outstanding member of the Spalding team is Melody Brooks, an 11-year-old who's been diagnosed with cerebral palsy. And despite of her physical challenges, Melody's quick and capable mental abilities were able to shine as she led her team to victory." They will hate me," I type. Butterscotch, who sleeps in my room, nuzzles my hand. She always seems to know how I feel, but it does not help this time. "Oh, don't exaggerate. I think it's a lovely article, and your friends should be proud." "You don't get it," I type. Mom ignores me and proceeds to get me ready for school. 2 blue t-shirts, 1 to wear, and 1 to pack, just in case. 2 pairs of pants. She never picks out jeans. I decide not to argue. I have a feeling it's not going to be a good day. "What a great photo of you. I'm going to make sure I get extra copies of the paper." She chatters cheerfully as she tugs on my socks before putting on my sneakers. "I've got to make sure everybody at work sees this." Dad has finished dressing Penny, so he brings her into the room. When Penny notices my picture in the paper, she drops Doodle and shouts, "Dee Dee!" She picks up the paper and kisses it. I bet I won't get many reactions like that at school today. Dad leans over and gives me a kiss on the cheek. "I'm so proud I could pop," he says softly. "I love you, Melody." That makes me get really teary. Just once, I wish I could hug my little sister or tell my dad I love him too. In real words, not through a machine. The reaction at school is just what I expected. Words float out of my lips that say nice things to me, but eyes tell the truth. Their eyes are cold, as if I beat the reporter over the head and forced her to print that picture of me. Even Rose acts a little distant. "Nice picture of you in the paper," she says. "Thanks. Should have been all of us," I type. "I think so too," Rose replies. I just sigh. I can't do anything right. I don't want to be all that. I just want to be like everybody else. When we get to Mr. Dimming's class, he strides in wearing another brand new suit. There must have been a 2-for-1 sale, and a brand new smile. He looks like he might explode with happiness. He carries a stack of the morning newspapers with him. "I didn't sleep at all last night," he admits to us. "I am so proud of our team and our school." He pauses while the class cheers for the quiz team. Rose, Molly, and Claire smile happily. Connor and Rodney take bows. A few kids even turn around and look at me with a smile. "So do we get free pizza or something?" Connor blurts out. "Absolutely," Mr. Dimming replies. "The principal has declared that next Friday is quiz team day, and the entire school is being treated to free pizzas and sodas." More cheers from the class, and Connor looks very pleased. Mr. Dimming continues, "And I want to give a special shout out to Melody, who really helped us secure our victory. Let's give her a special round of applause." He begins clapping and joins in, but it seems to be more polite than sincere. I guess I'm not as cool as free pizza. "Who saw the 11 o'clock news last night?" Mr. D asks, still beaming. About half the kids raised their hands. I missed it. I fell asleep exhausted after we got home. "I taped it and DVR'd it and put it up on Facebook," he tells us excitedly. "But now we have to get back to regular class activities." He sounds disappointed. But how do we get ready for Washington? Rose asks, obviously not ready to let him do that. Teachers are so easily distracted. I knew he'd bite on that one. Mr. Dimming smiles again and takes a breath. Well, we only have 2 weeks to get ready, Rose. I prepared a pack for each of my team champs, he says as he passes out the paperwork. Take this home and bring it back tomorrow without fail. In it, I've included information about how to redeem the free plane tickets and info about our hotel and schedule for the days we're in DC. It also gives details about our practice schedule, which begins today. We will meet every day after school and half a day on Saturday. Saturday? Connor asks, disbelief in his voice. I'm worried about it too. A whole half day? If Catherine can't come, how am I supposed to get to the bathroom? Or eat? I'll bring bagels and breakfast, fruits for snacks, and we'll order in burgers for lunch, Mr. Dimming tells him. Sounds sort of healthy, Connor responds with a grin, but I'll be there. You skip a practice and you get bounced to the alternates, Connor. I'm in this to win. Why don't you take a couple of days off, my man? Rodney says to Connor. I'd be glad to take your place. Slide you right out at a blink. He sounds serious. No way, man. I'm going to show up, Connor says hurriedly. Molly raises her hand. Mr. Dimming, do the alternates go to Washington also? Absolutely. Should I buy a new dress just in case I get to be on the team? That's up to you, Molly, the teacher replies. Claire raises her hand then. Mr. D, I think I know what Molly's getting at. Since there's 6 people on the DC team instead of 4, which of the alternates are you going to choose? Well, we're going to use a point system, he replies. The students with the 6 highest scores from all of our preliminary rounds will make it to the final team. Does that sound fair? Claire looks satisfied at that, as she and Molly high-five each other. Mr. Dimming finally gets back to regular classwork, the study of Spain and Portugal, and I do my best to do nothing to call attention to myself. No weird noises or kicks or grunts for the rest of the class. No answers to questions I know. I just sit in the back of the room with Catherine and hope the morning passes quickly. I spend the afternoon in room H5, where I watch Tom and Jerry cartoons for 3 hours. Can you believe that? After school, Catherine feeds me a pudding cup and some juice just before it's time to go to Mr. Dimming's room for our first practice. She frowns as I finish my last sip of juice. What's bugging you, Melody? She asks. You should be on top of the world, but you're acting like somebody just popped you in the nose. They don't want me on the team, I type. That's ridiculous. You were the star last night. That's the problem. Well, without you, they wouldn't have won. They're scared of me, I try to explain. They think I look funny. You never let that bother you before, she counters. It's hard to put my feelings into words that'll come out right on my talker. I know the other kids are uncomfortable with me on the team. There's no way to put it. My presence was cute at first and maybe okay for a local competition, but for the big game, on national television, that's different. It'll make them stand out and not in a way that's good. I start to type again. I make them look, I hesitated, then type in, weird. You're the smartest person on the team, Catherine exclaims. I drool, I type. So pack a box of tissues. I make funny noises. And Connor farts. I have to smile at that. No more of this feeling sorry for yourself, young lady. Let's get down to Mr. D's room and kick some booty. Okay, let's go, I type. We roll down to the room and I hold my head high. Well, at least as high as I can when it's not wobbling around. Nobody says anything more about the newspaper article. And practice goes on as usual. I answer most of the questions correctly, and by the time Mom picks me up, I feel a little better. But I do notice Rose and Claire and Molly whispering together as I leave. It could be about new music video or a shopping trip to the mall. Or it could be about me. All right, time to answer that comprehension question.